بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبي الرحمة محمد بن عبد الله وآله وصحبه أجمعين. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And a very good morning, or very good afternoon, or very good evening to everybody, depending on where you reside. My name is Ahmad Rufai, the head of Sharia compliance at IIFM, and it is my privilege and pleasure on behalf of IIFM Board of Directors to welcome you today. We are indeed delighted to have you with us to participate and celebrate with us the 10th anniversary of the launch of IIFM Annual Sukuk Report, the 10th edition for the year 2020. Thank you very much for taking time to be with us today. Thank you for participating. The fact that many of you have willingly taken his or her precious time to be with us today serves as a reminder to all of us just how important the work of IIFM is. Alhamdulillah, along with the major financial institutions and others, the number of participants with us today in this virtual event has reached more than 200 participants, i.e. 200 plus have registered for today's events from many jurisdictions or from many countries. For those who are not familiar with IIFM, IIFM is the main recognized infrastructure institution in the industry mandated to issue master standard agreements to achieve unification in terms of standards, harmonization in terms of Sharia, and transparency in terms of application in the industry through its documentation standardization process. In addition to other tasks, it has taken upon itself to contribute further to the development of the Islamic financial industry under the guidance of its Sharia, its board of directors, its honorable Sharia scholars, and the continuous support of its members. To date, IIFM has published 14 comprehensive documentation and product confirmation standards, as well as related guidance notes across 4 key areas: liquidity management, Islamic hedging, Sukuk, trade finance, both funded and unfunded agreements. In addition to issuance of the annual Sukuk reports and other publications and research papers, such as the recent published white paper on global benchmark reform or global benchmark rate reforms, repo papers, please do visit the IIFM website for all these publications. It is all free. The Islamic finance industry has adopted these standards in their day-to-day activities, which has significantly contributed in the continuous and meaningful progress in addressing the critical factors such as reducing cost, shortening negotiation time, and minimizing operational risk arising from the financial transactions through development of standard Sharia compliant financial documentation and product documentation. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, Sukuk Sukuk has been and continues to be a vehicle carrying the opportunity to provide resources compatible with the principles and rules of Sharia. Its market has dramatically grown to become one of the fastest emerging alternative instruments and a significant capital market tool, which is increasingly used globally by governments, health entities, financial institutions, corporations, etc. During year 2020 and early 2021, IIFM has published two important Sukuk standard documents for the market, namely Template Sukuk Al-Ijara standard documents and Template Sukuk Al-Mudaraba Tier 1 standard documents, in order to contribute to further sustainable progress in this important sector of the Islamic financial industry. This achievement by IIFM represents the ongoing effort to develop the Islamic financial industry in a sustainable manner. We have devoted in this 10th edition of the Sukuk report an entire chapter, which is chapter 2, to clarify the importance of the two Sukuk standards published by IIFM. The launch of these two template Sukuk standards will lead to greater efficiency in terms of cost and time for the issuance of Sukuk Al-Ijara and Sukuk Al-Mudaraba. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to serve our brothers who are more fluent in Arabic, we have included a summary of the report finding on Sukuk issuances worldwide in Arabic, which is an additional service for those particular important participants in the industry. For our worldwide audience with us today, if you have any question during the presentation, please type them into the question box in your control panel. We will bring them up during the presentation accordingly. And if you miss anything, don't worry, we will be sending around the on-demand recording when it's available. Today's event will be available on IIFM's YouTube channel after the event ends, inshallah. Now it is my pleasure and privilege to invite His Excellency, Honorable Mr. Nick Mohammeddin, Director General Lab 1 FSA and Vice Chairman of IIFM, to deliver his keynote address. Over to you, Mr. Vice Chairman. Thank you very much.